wanted to film this outside today, but it is so bright and sunny that it just wasn't going to work. Today we're going to talk about one of the most beautiful summer releases all year long. It's really hard to see it with the sun catching on it like that, so I'm going to tilt it down so maybe you have a chance of reading it. It's the Guerlain Terracotta Sun Celebration. It's the bronzer and blush, and it's the 30th anniversary, so it is limited edition. It's also $76. Let's go ahead and look at the compact. I'll insert some close-ups that I took right when I got it so that you can see it in more detail. Beautiful wooden compact. I actually didn't purchase the one that came out a little while ago that was also a wooden compact that's separated like this and is held together using 3 magnets. The only thing I don't like is that it can be a little challenging to put it together. You have to kind of hook it on one of them and then swivel the rest in place. That's the only thing. Alright, let's go ahead and look at the product. It's a beautiful combination of bronzers and blushes, which seems to be very in right now. Lots of the makeup brands are coming out with bright blushes to be paired with bronzers for summer. Of course, this one has a gold overspray, which you can see in the sun in the center. It is unfortunately a gold overspray, so I have already begun to lose some of the gold along the edges of the sun rays. I keep my brush away from the center of it to hopefully keep it a little bit intact, and I actually don't mind missing out on that gold sparkle. I think the question that most people are going to have is, if you are fair, is this going to be orange on you? And I can say that this definitely walks the line of orange. I think of the 2 blush colors in this, I prefer this beautiful vibrant pink at the bottom. I personally am not going to use the orange blush shade at the top. If so, I'm not going to swirl it all together to use in the bronzer portion. I would maybe dab at it to use specifically targeted in blush areas. I think the great thing about this is that the shades are large enough that you can go in with a brush and pinpoint exactly which color you want to include. I personally, for my bronzy all over type of a thing, do these 3 at the bottom. And then I go back in and I take this pink shade and just use that as a little bit more of a definition for blush. Another big thing that as soon as you open this is the smell. That's the first thing you're probably going to notice. The smell hit me like a ton of bricks when I first opened this. It's not the usual Guerlain smell. It is actually a Tahitian gardenia smell, which matches up with their other release that I purchased, the perfume. They smell very similar because they both highlight this Tahitian gardenia. It's called the tiara flower. As with all Guerlain Terracotta products, they are subtle, but this one packs a little bit more of an oomph. What I mean by that is that my Terracotta 4 Seasons bronzers are very hard, and it's therefore a little bit hard to get product off of them. They're very sheer. They actually get a hard pan really quickly unless you're using the right kind of a brush. This one has a mixture of the 2. Unfortunately, this pink shade, which I love so much, actually gives the least amount, you probably can't tell in this, actually gives the least amount of payoff when you're swatching it. It is just like those other terracottas to where it's very light, doesn't give off much product at all. Brown and oranges give off a lot of product when you touch them, and that's why if you were to swirl these all together, you're gonna see mostly an orange look. So if you go to apply your bronzer, yeah, this walks the line of looking orange. I do wish this beautiful pink down here would just give off as much product as the other 3 do. I don't know if you can see in my 3, but I'll try and zoom in on them. Here are the 3 colors. This is the pink, which, like I said, comes off very sheerly and doesn't give off as much product. The middle one is the brown. The one over here is the orange at the very top, that blush shade, and you can see gives off a ton of product and looks very orange. So I would say it's a beautiful product, comes in beautiful packaging. The one drawback I can see is that the fragrance is so strong of that gardenia smell. Really, really stands out. If you really don't like fragrances, you're probably not going to like this. Alright, right now I don't have any bronzer on, I just have foundation, so I'm going to go ahead and apply it and show you a little bit what it looks like. I'm going to use the mirror, start on this side. You can see my natural pinkness was already there a little bit, and go up on the temples now. Okay, this side's done. Now I'm going to go for the next side. Again, just in those 3 shades. There we are after the bronzing. You can see that this is different from my last video where I showed the Chanel Le Beige Multicolor. That one was very subtle and light. This is for that deep summer kind of a goldeny glow. Yes, I do think it walks the line of being a little bit orange. Of course, you can select out this top orange. I think that will help those of us who really can't carry orange off very well avoid this top orange shade. Now I'm going to go in, same brush, just dip it in the pink at the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and just add some blush to the top. And there it is all together. You can see this does actually add a lot of color. It is buildable. It will start off very subtle. Again, if you avoid this orange shade, it will start off more subtle because the orange, for some reason, lets go of a lot more product than the other blush shade in here. And all of the colors in here, aside from the gold overspray obviously, are matte. You can choose to add a little bit of the gold if you'd like, or avoid some of it. Again, that gold is going to eventually be gone. If you'd like a highlighter on top of that, you can then go in with your own highlighter. Today I'm going to apply something else I haven't talked about yet. And it's the Giorgio Armani Fluid Sheer in number 13. It was limited edition for spring. It's a super subtle fluid sheer that does turn a little bit more pink when you actually apply it. So and the subtleness of that highlight really kind of finishes it off. And maybe because it's summer, I'll add a nice bright lip. This is the Burberry Lip Glow in Mallow Pink, number 19. It was limited edition last year. I love the Burberry lip glows. I think they're a really great formula. If you wanted to compare it to other Guerlain bronzers, looking at the Crazy Terracotta Healthy Glow Powder, which was Holiday 2013, you can see a lot of the same colors are going on. You can see in the pan they look like similar kind of color schemes going on. Of course, the Crazy Terracotta is again one of those harder packed ones that really doesn't release a whole lot of product at once. If you can see that color swirl right there. And this one, when you swirl them all together, gives you more of an orangey appearance and releases more product because it is a hint softer than this Crazy Terracotta. Alright, so there's the swirl of the Crazy Terracotta. Let me put the other one. I'm going to swirl them all together. I don't like swirling them all together. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, here's the Crazy Terracotta, and this over here is the 30th anniversary sun celebration. So you can see it comes off much more orange and darker. That's how you know the orange releases a lot more product, is that the orange always ends up in this brown shade on either side of it, and yet the pink doesn't end up on either side. So you can tell it really does release a whole lot more product. If you were to swirl just these 3 colors to maybe try to not get that orange in there, this is the color you would come up with. Looks a lot more brown, but still slightly orangey. So now that we've covered the Guerlain Sun Celebration limited edition 30th anniversary bronzer blush, that's a lot of information to pack in there. We're going to move on to the other Terracotta Le Parfum, also limited edition. Also limited edition, also the 30th anniversary celebration for Guerlain Terracotta. It is $73, 100 milliliters, so that is a whole lot of fragrance that you're going to be getting in this product. I love the packaging of it. The beautiful liquid inside really makes you think of a summer bronzy golden color. So you take off the cap. It's got the spray. Let me go ahead and spray myself. It's a very strong fragrance. The top notes are bergamot. The middle notes are that tiara flower, which is the Tahitian gardenia, and that's the smell that really stands out to me. The base is a vanilla, but actually I've seen a lot of people talking about this is beach in a bottle and summer scent and all this stuff. To me, I don't get that really summer kind of a feel where it makes you think of a beach and suntan lotion. I don't actually get that until half an hour onward. At first, what really hits you off the bat is that floral gardenia smell. If you're not into florals, you're probably not gonna like this. The wear on me personally, it does calm down. Like I said, at first it's a very strong. I just had to spray one spray all the days that I've tried this, and it's really kicking you in the face. So it does dry down, starts to fade away. On me personally, I still smelled it at the 8-hour mark yesterday. Very subtle, very close to the body. Probably not as many people would notice you wearing it, but it was still there. So I hope you all are having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry, my dogs are interrupting. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below if you like any of the new Guerlain Summer Limited Edition 30th Anniversary releases. If you're planning on getting it, if you already have gotten it, what you think about it. And I'll talk to you all soon. Bye!